Welcome to the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River as we put the finishing touches on Week 6 in the Arenalacrosseleague with the defending champion Brampton Express visiting the Paris RiverWolves. Hello again, Lance Wynn, charting your path today. Thanks for tuning in as always. Starting goalies for the Express. It'll be Lane Harushka, comes in a perfect 3-0. His goals against average 9.47 tops in the league. And at the other end, it'll be Ty Belanger. He gets the start for the RiverWolves. Officials for today's game, another all-star crew. Mac Daddy Abbott is the crew chief. He's working with Rappin Raja Nurse and Bad Brad Fennell. Head coaches for the Express, Jeff Dowling is the skipper. His assistants are Ryan Campbell, Jeff Snyder, Zach Tompkinson, and Craig Cowan. On the flip side, Jamie Dubrick is the man in Paris. His assistants are Chris Driscoll and Kyle Leeming. And as we get set to go here, of course, coming in, the Brampton Express are riding a 3-game winning streak, a record of 4-1. They sit atop the Arenalacrosseleague standings. The Paris RiverWolves are 2-3. They fell, of course, last week to Toronto, 18-8. Brampton, 24-8 winners over Ohsweken last time they were on the carpet. So we get set to go here. Both teams missing some of their big guns. If you look at Brampton, of course, there is no Zach Sunderland or Jake McNabb, Mitchell Jeffroy. If you talk Paris, you're missing Cayman Daibo, Ty Argent, Dawson Brown, and a couple others that have been called up to play in the bigs. Getting things started, Curtis Ward will work it on the left side for the Express. Get it right back. Look to turn the corner as Cam Mancini on him. Skip across. They'll work it down low. That first bounce shot is stopped there by Belanger. Late hit will keep possession belonging to the Express. So a bit undermanned are the Paris RiverWolves, but at the same time, the Express not at full strength either, so we'll see how things play out. As Searle makes a turn, goes to the tried to tuck it down instead of crease call. Will give possession and the first possession for the Paris RiverWolves. They'll bring it over and work in the offensive end. Dylan Gillespie out there. He looks to turn the corner. Andy Campbell will work it on the left side, half boards. He'll look to duck back in, swim move. Go back to the one-hander, flip it across. Looking to Koichi Nakamura. Nakamura kick it out, Gillespie 10 on the shot clock. Gillespie trying to find an opening, but the defense tight for the Express. They close that off, force a weak shot. They'll scoop it up and head in the other direction. Good defense there as Thomas McDonald will initiate the offense. So this will be one of those games now with Curtis Ward looking to step up as they work it across and get it to Logan Holmes. And ball loose, scooped up on the offensive side by the Express, and Nate Jones will swing it across. Looking to duck in is Mancini going for a run and flips that one up. I'm going to have to check. Sorry, that was Liam Keane. And again, a good defensive stop for the RiverWolves will bring them back into the offensive end. In case you missed it Friday night, the Oshawa Outlaws up their record to 2-4 with a 19-12 win over the Toronto Monarchs, who fall to 3-3. Campbell ducks in, goes to the bounce, but going to have to do more than that. Lane Harushka, one of the best in the league up to this point, and a quick pass ahead to Gage Board. Board along the left side, curls in the middle, swings it across, and they'll look to set things up. Searle on the swing. Chase back out and back to Board. 5 on the shot clock. Going to have to do something here. Shot right on, stopped, scooped up, Connor Scott. Scott has his stick stripped, conveniently held on, and knocked that one back. So a good job by Connor Scott just to keep that ball loose in the neutral zone. As Searle now will come over the timeline. Scoreless ball game here, first quarter. Final game of week 6. Ward, skip across. Too much on that, and I know not wearing his usual number, but pretty sure that that's James Whiteford out there that I see. And that pass now, good job to hang on to it, Gillespie. Gillespie gets kicked, bounced out, and that ball will go free. It's fumbled around just a bit by Cooper Jackson. Cooper Jackson loses his stick. gets shoveled ahead and a quick shot, and it snuck its way in. So a tough first goal on Belanger. Give credit to Cooper Jackson, never gave up on the play, and he picks up his first of the game and opens the scoring. So just one of those plays where Jackson never gave up, kept moving that ball ahead. It never got picked up cleanly, and he was able just to redirect it enough to slide it past Belanger. We are at 11 and a half minutes here in this opening quarter. In yesterday's action out at Children's Arena in Oshawa, the Whitby Steelhawks got back on track. They're now 3-3 with a 21-8 win over the Ohsweken Bears, who are now 3-3. And the Peterborough Timbermen, 4-2 now with an 18-10 win over the Six Nations Snipers, who fall to 2-4. Kick out Ward from point blank, stopped by Belanger. Ball loose, scooped up for a minute anyway by Ty Ingram. He'll get it back, and the stick check late will give the ball back to the RiverWolves on a good defensive play. So have to remind, of course, our viewers, one of the big challenges these coaches have is they don't have a regular lineup that's steady every week to work on some of the nuances of the game that they need to get better as a team. A lot of times the lineups change up till Friday, sometimes the day of. So hats off to the coaches that work their way through that, as Nate Jones will gobble up that loose ball, put on the speed, get it over the timeline, look to kick it across. Not able to handle that was Colton King. Able to recover, though. He'll get it, kick it back up, and it's Ward. So that's one of the main challenges these coaches have, is being able to deal with an ever-changing lineup. Good stick check there on the defensive end by Cody Martin, and now on the run, Simonelli, and that looks like a check from behind in my opinion, but nothing there. Loose ball sits there, and a good save made by Harushka. It's fumbled again. And it looked like we're going to have a slashing call on the play, as Steve Pelliccioni doing some good work in there. So the first power play opportunity will go to the Brampton Express. So a tough no call on the hit from behind. And now Brampton with a lethal power play. They were 6 for 10 last game, gave up 2 shorthanded goals, but pocketed 6. And the penalty kill rate just 39% for these RiverWolves. So Mancini out there on defense, as the offense of Brampton headed by Searle, who gets that shot off. Belanger, good save, and be reset back to 20. Ward on the skip. Right side overhand. That one finds the mark. So a nice job of ball movement there. Liam Keane will pick up his first of the game. Brampton 1 for 1 with a man advantage, and now lead this one 2-0. If you've taken a look at the Arena Lacrosse League standings, you'd think, man, what's going on there? Everyone's won a game, everyone's lost, and that's just part of the parity in the league. The issue that we're running into is just that a lot of times when key guys get called up, or injuries or life circumstances, it really plays an effect on what the coaches have to work with. And sometimes teams that have a lot of talent, their record isn't always indicative of what they bring to the table. Matthews swings that across. They'll get it back to Ward. 10 on a shot. Ward picks the corner. So Curtis Ward, his first of the game, his 10th of the season, and it's a 3-0 lead for Brampton, and I know that his dad's pretty happy with that. We had a discussion about sometimes when Curtis Ward is maybe a little too unselfish based on the skill set that he's got. Not the case there, as he took what was given to him and buried a good sidearm in that far corner on Belanger. Off the draw, Tyler Halls and Koichi Nakamura. That's going to be a good battle there. Two of the better face-off men in the all. Ball loose, Coffey swinging for it, Board going for it as well, and it's Coffey that comes away with it. Carter Coffey, job well done. Get it in. Colin Matthews will retreat and give way now to Whiteford. Whiteford looking for an opening, kicks it back out. Rolling in there is Keene. Keene, flip back. Looking for Coffey, picked off, and now moved up by the RiverWolves. Gillespie filling out down on that right side. Looking to set a screen, flip back. Brooks will manage to get it to Campbell. Campbell now with 10 on the shot clock. Got a size advantage. Trying to take advantage of it. Beam there to help. That's going to be a hack and slash. Campbell hangs on to it. So ball loose, finally touched. And now for the first time in this game, the RiverWolves will get their first power play opportunity. They've been good on the power play as well. They were 0 for 3 last week, but 82% efficiency rate as Robert Costello, the guilty party for the Express. So we'll see now if the RiverWolves can't pocket one here, get back in this game, get on the scoreboard. Campbell fakes, steps into one, just over top. Nakamura can't get it, but a good job to run that down by Dylan Martin. Campbell lets it go. So Campbell now finds the mark as doing a good job of limiting all that activity he usually does before he gets a shot off, picks up a goal, and it's a 3-1 game. So both teams have taken advantage on the power play. 8th of the season for Campbell. Putting together a fine point total for the big man here this year as we're under 8 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Off the draw again, still squirting around there. Connor Scott digging in tight, and RiverWolves had it but lost it. Still loose. Andrew Horsley fighting for it, and 2 hands on there was Halls, and possession belongs to Paris. Good job by Tyler Clark. Gets it over. Gillespie now working one-on-one. He's got a bit of a size advantage. He tries to tuck it in. Good job by Harushka. Had it angle cover, but a turnover, and gives it right back to Paris. Good defense by Horsley, extending that D. That shot out wide, and a good save made on a good underhand by Clark, but better job of fishing out that loose ball by the Express, and they'll move it up over the timeline. Jackson, he'll flip and retreat. Ward, zip it down into the left side half boards. Whiteford, one skip to another skip. Searle. Good screen, Ward. Whiteford swings it across to the right. Chance here, that shot steered aside. Max Brook taking that. Good job on the offensive board and trying to elude a defender, but Paris will jump all over that. Hanser will move it down. His shot right between the wickets, stopped by Harushka. Back the other way is Board. So a good effort by Brett Hansor, but Harushka's tough to beat, I tell you. You need some assistance. When I say that, usually a couple of passes and then a finish. Shot from way out. Screen and roll, and another good save there by Belanger. Through the crease was Board. And with just under 6 minutes to go, that will take us to our first officials timeout. Set to go after our officials timeout. 3-1 game. The defending champs in the lead here as Paris with the inbounds. They'll be tasked with working it up now. Carter Coffey playing some good defense, but excellent work there by Jack Parker to get it over. Gets it to Nakamura. He gets bumped off it. Coffey retrieves, and he'll take some big strides, get it over the timeline for getting chased down. He'll look to get out of there. Double team, push him back over. So good job, good floor awareness by the RiverWolves as they regain possession. Gillespie. They'll set things up on the offensive end. Gillespie will look for a mismatch. Ducks by one. This one he'll let through. Too much bounce, just wide. Tracks down his own rebound. Good one-handed grab. Steps across Nakamura through a crowd. He's going to have to work hard, but that gets closed off. Colin Matthews. And I'm looking forward to seeing Colin Matthews, one of the fastest guys in the league now, playing on a big floor. So he's a threat out there. Keep an eye on him as now Whiteford. Zip it across. Gets it back. Ward. That one just missed, and Raptors will give possession now to Paris. They'll get it up over the timeline. And set things up now, swing it across to the left. Nakamura will get to his right stick-hand side. Screen and roll, flip back. That shot off the post, so it'll stay right here with the RiverWolves. Good job by Martin to get a shot off in the dying seconds of the shot clock. And now RiverWolves back to work on O. Kick across on the swing. Harushka made that one look easy. And a quick outlet pass, and away comes Brampton now. Colton King will put on the brakes. And now they'll set things up with Searle. I say Searle, but it could be Seeley. I'm going to have to double check that. My bad. Screen and roll. Almost got away. Whiteford bailout with 3 in the shot clock. Whiteford gets the shot on, but that's wide up and into the netting. And possession will belong to Paris. So even though undermanned, Paris still out here fighting hard as Cam Mancini will lug it over the timeline. We're under 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Week 6 of the Arena Lacrosse League. Already been a whole lot that's gone on here as Campbell now fakes the shot on the curl. Tries to duck under. Horsley, good job on the overplay. Rebound picked up. Hung on to, and a good job by Martin to regain possession. Gillespie comes, lets it go, but another block shot as the Express, they may have more saves collectively on D than Harushka has in this game so far. Still a whole lot of time on the shot clock, and that'll be a violation on the manual count. Good job by official Roger Nurse, a veteran, of course, as is Mac Abbott and Brad Fennell. I know I can call Brad a veteran now as Ward, great curl out. Looks for an opening, skips that across. Bodied off the ball, and a good job there. 2-on-1 now. And keeping that in, fine in the far corner. So the RiverWolves in transition, cut into the lead now, 3-2. So a good job by Matt LeBute. LeBute saw the opening, and I wasn't sure he had a man on his right stick-hand side, but elected to go with a bit of a twister and found that far corner. Not an easy shot to finish, but a big one as it's now a one-goal game. Of course, Brampton coming into this game sitting top spot with a 4-1 record. Hot on their tail, of course, are the Timmermen at 4-2. So this game not only wraps up week 6, but will also determine the standings, of course, sitting for another week. Halls and Nakamura one more time. That gets flipped up. Mancini's going to run under it. He'll zip it across, and Paris now will one flip away. Dangerous Nakamura flip to flip, and that didn't work out too well as possession now gauge board and the Express. One pass ahead. They'll work it up McDonald. He'll wait now, give way to Whiteford. Whiteford will set things up, reset the offense. Under 2.5 to go here, quarter number 1. Swing it across, Ward, Whiteford isolated with 8. On the run, no one does that better than he does. That save made by Belanger, and good hard check there and interference the call. So Good job there. We'll give possession back to the RiverWolves now, trailing by a goal. Martin. Him and Gillespie will work on that right side. Martin. Nate Jones on him. Kick it back out. They'll swing it around. Campbell on the left. Campbell. Jonah Beam on him. That's probably a good size matchup. Flip in, but that's taken away by Gage Board. You're going to have to do a lot more to beat that vet. Now, Nate Jones on the run in transition. Jones goes to the bouncer. Too much. Stays in play, and Board will retrieve. Get it over to Searle. And his shot wide of the mark. And it's scooped up, so the RiverWolves with a 2-on-1 now, 2-on-2, and too late for that pass. Probably a poor decision. That's an instant there where I think that LeBoot should have taken the shot. Ward will settle in on the left-hand side. Bluffs that he's going and curls right back. Dives, and a great save there by Belanger on a sweet move by Curtis Ward. Just wasn't able to beat that netminder. Belanger again, rebound pops up. And the RiverWolves now on the double team. And a good job on the help by Logan Beach. And that's going to be an 8-second count. So great forechecking by the Express now as we're into the final minute here. They'll settle it down with Whiteford. Whiteford will direct guys to where they need to be. Ingram out there as well. Ward tried to change up the angle. And the RiverWolves get the loose ball and cough it right back up. Paris will get it and try to get out of that scrum. And again, an 8-second count on the manual count will keep it in that direction, and it will belong to the Express with 21 seconds to go. Whiteford, net pulled now for the final shot. Extra attacker on for Brampton. Whiteford, 10 on the game clock. Going to work now. Ward, skip across. Getting stymied on that right side. Chase with 10, nothing doing, and that'll do it. 15 minutes. And a good 15 minutes here from the ILA. 3-2, defending champs. Back here as we get set for the second quarter. Looks like a goaltending change for the Express. Zach Richards has come in for Belanger. Maybe not. Maybe they just had the numbers changed. But I am confirming that it is Zach Richards in. And off the faceoff, picked up. And it's Cooper Jackson. So we'll get verification, but that looks like Lane Harushka there wearing number 1. So we're gonna stick with that right now and watch the Express go to work here on offense. Heading the other direction now. Ward ducks in on one, moves it in with 10 on the shot clock. Great move. Then I think he telegraphed the bounce shot, and it was read easily by Belanger, and an outlet pass will send away Connor Scott. So Scott now. His pass, an errant one, and it goes all over the place. It's picked up, scooped up, and a chance for Martin, but he's denied. And I think that may have caught the iron on the far side. He can't touch it because it's through the crease. So possession belongs now to the Express. Jonah Beam will work it up to McDonald. The defense will filter out, offense on. McDonald will flip now, and to work go the Express now on the right side. Ingram out there, makes a nice move in. Ingram leans in and bounces it top corner. So a beauty job by Ty Ingram to extend the lead to 4-2. And this is one of those situations where when you look at that right side of the offense for the Express, usually a Jake McNabb, Zach Sutherland are the two mainstays there. And now you give Ty Ingram a chance, and he steps up and pockets his first and does it in impressive fashion. So a 4-2 lead now for Brampton. So once again, Halls and Nakamura probably about 50-50 right now. And it's hard to determine sometimes. A guy can win the draw, but it doesn't mean his team gets possession. Nakamura uses both feet to shoot it back. Case in point there, but the express read by Matthews. Splits through two. Whiteford, his sidearm. Good save by Belanger. Rebound scooped up by Nakamura. He'll flip it along the way. And now Paris. Don't have the numbers for a transition opportunity. So a good job there by LeBout to settle things down now. Brooks. He'll swing it across. Campbell will look to get to his left-hand side. Dump it off Gillespie, and a bit of a hole push-off. I'm not sure what the call was, but board now. Working quick. Coffey over the net. Rebound. Whiteford. Good save there. Mancini will counter the other way. Cam Mancini, another KG vet in the all, and he comes and gives it his all each and every time. Nakamura, one-on-one. Coffey on him. 10 on the shot clock. Nakamura working at Campbell. He'll scoop it down. They'll look for an opening with 5. Quick shot. Easy save made there by Harushka. And now one pass. And up in the offensive end now is Neil Adamson. Sir will sing it across, and now opportunity on the skip. Whiteford shot doesn't get through. Connor Scott made a good save. No reset two. Right on rebound, scooped up and creased the call. So RiverWolves now, and Belanger will look, instead takes the safe route, and Hanser now will bring it over the timeline. Nakamura. Martin looking for an opening. Swings it across. Brooks through a crowd to Nakamura. 8 on the shot clock. Brooks. Nakamura. Now, good job by Brampton. They really extended their defense and forced Paris well away from that dotted half circle. And, you know, that means the shooting percentage goes way down. Whiteford backdoor. That one snagged easily by Belanger, and he really is a cool customer back there as the RiverWolves will work it up over the timeline, and that's awfully tough call. And 8 seconds now will give Brampton a chance. 0-2 rebound sits there, and Whiteford going for it, but he's stripped. Manages to use the body, and a good job and a chance now. Nakamura stymied as Harushka got the right pad on that one. So a couple of opportunities at both ends. Belanger playing safety NFL Sunday as he comes up with the interception, rolls, and a great lead pass. So a nice job of goaltending. Scott can't hang on to it. Ball loose, sits there, scooped up and then dropped, still loose. Finally, Matthews will block the short hop, and Brampton will counter the other way. Belanger out. Chance here, picked in the corner, and Curtis Ward making good as accuracy has been his thing. Picks up his second of the game. So fast and furious both ends. Certainly have both goaltenders participating as much as the players that aren't in net. And if you look at Belanger, he's just out there doing everything he can to try to keep the ball out of his own end. So a 5-2 lead now for Brampton. And off the draw, this time Nakamura, Jonah Beam, and Nakamura wins that one clean. Beam will get back on defense, wreak some havoc there, and they'll swing it across and work it to Clark. Clark now to Campbell. Campbell. He'll let that good hard shot go, and a good pad save. Pops loose. Beam's going to try to run under it. Gets bodied off, and it's scooped up, got some help, and a quick pass up to Jones. Nate Jones has a man jumping to rush. Good pass. Horsley, great save. Belanger sliding to his right, made a beauty. as Andrew Horsley on the fly took a great pass, but it was a better save. Beach will find the back door. Gillespie now with 9.5 to go here in this first half. Brooks on the pop-out. Gillespie will wait for the screen behind the net. Nakamura thinking about it. Tried to duck go and no goal the call. Sorry, that was Martin and not Nakamura. And now it'll be Board. Quickly up into the offensive end. Has a man. Back door. Finds him in Ward. Rolls off one. Reverse. Kicks it back out. Takes another hit. Ward will recover and swings it across to the right side. Brook. And that bounces around, but good job to get a handle on that by Belanger. Better job to get it over the timeline by Hanser, and he'll dump that up. They'll settle it down with Martin. Martin gets a screen from the big man, swings that across. Isolated on the left-hand side, looking for something. Campbell wreaking havoc, body's going down. Still trying to work a count as Clark. Clark lets it go right in the breadbasket, and looks like we have a man down. Not sure a whole lot happened in the middle there, and so Dylan Martin is the man up on his own power, and I think that Jamie Dubrick may have been ejected from this game. So he said his piece, wasn't happy to crew chief Mac Abbott. Mac Abbott decided that he had heard enough, and Jamie Dubrick will exit stage left. So it looks like we'll see now if this is a dead ball or not, because so it's pretty clear that we got a bit of a dilemma here as far as so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Good to go here, as so there'll be no minor penalty. Looks like Jamie Dubrick will have to do his work outside of the guidelines of the bench, and either way, let the players determine. As a twister from Ward, easy save Belanger. He'll look to air it out. He's got Hanser looking for a completion. He gets it, and it pops right to Harushka, who scoops it, and he'll send it the other way. So both netminders have their skill set on display here. They've been playing outstanding in this 5-2 game. Searle. He'll look for an open behind in net. Whiteford allowed to come all the way around and touch the crease line, but up to that point he was unabated as he was right on the doorstep and almost pocketed one. Good job by Belanger again. Scott, he'll work it. They'll go to Brooks. Sorry, Jack Parker, and my apologies, Jack. May have called you Max Brook a couple times, but forgive me. Dying seconds of the shot clock. And just going to have to flip that up off the screen. So good defense again, Brampton. And with 7:05, let's see, that will take us to our officials' timeout. Set to go here as we are just over 7 minutes to play in this first half. Possession belongs to the Express as they will set things up on offense. And Searle will work it across, and they'll get it over to Ward. Ward has some room. Ward looking to turn the corner. Good job by Mancini. Skip back. Whiteford ducks in. Airborne. Good save. Belanger. Rebound. Again belongs to Brampton for a fresh 20. Brook will swing it across to Searle. He'll get it over. Ward changes the angle. Another good save. Bounces around. And a good job smothering that loose ball. Belanger. Quick outlet pass and a tough one. And going to be a bit of a foot race. And Harushka's going to go out, do a roll, and it'll go the other way. So a favorable bounce to Brampton. And they'll set up in the offensive end. Ingram has a goal in this game, working with Liam Keane, who also has a goal for these Express. Whiteford ducks in on one, looks for the flip, curls back out. Ward creates some space. That shot over, and too much space creating by Curtis Ward. Possession belongs to the RiverWolves. Backdoor pass, and Martin now will tiptoe into the corner and reset the offense here. Kick it back up, Nakamura. Nakamura works it to Brooks. Brooks, he'll duck in. Horsley chases him out. Kick back out. Big man Gillespie gets a good shot on. Rebound picked up, and it's Martin. So Martin right there to clean up things for Gillespie, and it's a 5-3 game. So you talk about opportunities. Dylan Martin now, of course, a mainstay. And Paris, of course, between injuries and guys getting called up and some other things, a little undermanned. And Martin, a good job of stepping up. I'd like to, of course, recognize Jake Rosa and his injury that won't allow him back in the lineup for a while. And we just want you to know that in your short stint, it was much appreciated. We love to have your talents on the floor, and we look forward to seeing you again. So Coffey out there now, working with Searle. They'll interchange, and a whole lot of hooting and hollering going on. Not sure what the issue is. It's dumped down Ward with 8 on the shot clock. Ward has room. Ward lets it go off the helmet and out of play. So possession remains with the Express with a fresh 20. That shot right on, and good decision by, so I'm looking here at Max Brook. Just trying to get a gauge as Coffey kicks it over. So Max Brook wearing 72. And now Whiteford and Ward. Whiteford's bullet on the far side, and it's 6-3. So James Whiteford doing what he does. That's his first of the game. He's got 7 on the season. And he is just a calming force over there on that left side. Makes this Brampton team also dangerous on the left and right side. Just under 4.5 to go here in the second. Nakamura off the draw. This time he takes all. Nakamura Tried to switch hands, but Halls read that, swiped it right back on a nice pickpocket. Halls has Ward cruising down. He'll flip. And good job to curl out by Liam Keane. Keane now working across, and it's Ward. Ward sheds one. Tried to swim his way in. It popped loose. And Belanger now quick outlet pass. Moves it up to Cody Martin. Martin across. Gillespie knocked it down. Dylan Martin can't handle it on the high hop. And it's going to go up the other way. Adamson. Horsley. He'll retreat. Ward comes out firing out of that back door. Loose ball belongs to the RiverWolves. They lose it again on a good steal by Ward. Ward has it back. Slithers out of trouble. Gets that over to the right side, and they'll settle things down now. So great effort by Curtis Ward. Works it to Coffey. Whiteford gets a step. Looks for the flip. Right on the doorstep, and a great shot on the short side by Searle. And it's a 7-3 game. Jeremy Searle doing some great work. That pass there, I wasn't even sure how he even found that short side, but passing in tight, well executed by the Express. And they push their lead now to 4. See if Halls makes some adjustment. Last time it was Nakamura that has won 3 straight. Another one, and again it goes loose, but it belongs to the Express. So again, you can win the draw. Doesn't mean you're going to get possession, as we're under 3 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Big shot from Ward. That'll go over the timeline. That's over and back, and possession to Paris. In case you missed it, the Outlaws, 19-12 winners over the Monarchs on Friday night. Whitby, 21-8 over Ohsweken, and then the Timbermen, 18-10 winners over the Snipers. So this, of course, the finale of Week 6. Rebound picked up by the Express. Got a man up ahead. Chance here, and almost got ahead of himself. That shot over top of the net. Good try by Colton King, and instead Paris now will work the offensive possession. Parker swung that across. Good job to hang on to that. Racing around the crease and looking for an opening. Defense tenacious, though. And instead now 2-on-1 for Brampton. That shot top corner. So Robert Cristello, usually a defensive specialist in transition there, and it's 8-3. So not a bad shot from a guy who is predominantly out there for his defense. Picked that corner like a sniper. And now Brampton trying to take a stranglehold here before heading into the break. Under the 2-minute warning, off the draw again. So Nakamura has been strong inside the circle. Problem is the guys around him are getting outworked, and he's winning the draws, but Brampton's winning the possessions. Ward surveys the situation. He'll pull it right back out and work it back down in the corner. Matthews swinging around Whiteford and Matthews. Matthews has room. Ducks in, goes to the bounce, save. As it sits there, good job by Belanger. And now one pass will move it up over the timeline. LeBoot. Gillespie shot, steered aside by Harushka. Gillespie a chance to get on it, wasn't able to, but Board is. And that's the difference. Gage Board, the sure hands, boy. He does all those little things right. As we into the final minute, Whiteford will roll it, and Ward now with it. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Ward Defense chase him. Flip back too far, and that's going to be a back-in call, or I'm not sure if they called crease. And possession belongs now, well, it couldn't have been crease because it belongs to Brampton. And a chance there. Not a bad play if you're Liam Keane to see if you could catch Belanger off his game, and now Connor Scott. Scott runs into a double team, bounces off two, and we're going to get a timeout called by the RiverWolves with 28.8 seconds. Allow us to take a breather. We'll be back with the rest of the first half. Wording matters, that's all. So ready for the final 28 seconds as the RiverWolves have the net empty for the extra attacker. So expect them to look for the final shot here. Brampton is sitting in a 3-2 zone or a 1-2-2 depending on how you look at it. And they're going to let this one count down before they go to work. Andy Campbell now, 15 on the shot clock. Sorry, 5 on the shot clock. Now that one, so risky, but now with 10 seconds left, the Express will have possession. And we'll see here if there's a call made on the play. So it looks like there may be a slashing call. It may go to Neil Adamson. So that is the case. So Paris now will get a late power play opportunity that could potentially carry over to the third quarter. So Campbell at the top, 10 seconds on the game clock. And they're going to usher Belanger right to the bench. And now Campbell, the quarterback here. Here we go. 7, 5, 3. Got to do something. Shot. And that one hard underhand, but wide of the mark. We played a half. 8-3 Brampton. All set to go for third quarter here from the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on these Six Nations of the Grand River. Lance Wynn working alongside JVI Production as we bring you the finale of Week 6 here in the Arenalacrosseleague. And Nakamura and Halls again. And once again, it's the supporting cast from the Express that come away with that face-off possession engaged board. Will elude a defender and create some space now and work on the half boards on the left. So again, trying to kill this penalty on the carryover. Minute 15, 10 on the shot clock. Ward on the run. His shot right on. Picked up, rebound now, and Paris will be able to look to move it up. They do one pass. Martin. So stuck on 3 for a while. And I know there's no song with those lyrics, but Gillespie now. No look pass down low. Kick out, Campbell. Campbell moving in, and again, maybe one fake too many from Andy Campbell. That one goes up off a helmet. They regain possession. Campbell, no look out to Martin. Campbell, underhand right on as Harushka had that angle all boxed up. And now going to be some hard work to get over the timeline. Snapped in. That's an over and back call, so good piece of officiating there as Paris now to work with 25 seconds left in the man advantage. 1 for 1 coming into this power play. Gillespie has room. Bouncer, good toe save. Ball loose, scooped up. Fresh 20, Campbell. That pass shot down, and a tough haul for Tyler Clark. And now Brampton on the run with Coffey. Coffey has Board with him. Coffey in strong, but a good save made there by Belanger. He'll look to zip it the other way. Penalty over. Team's back to full strength. Scott, he'll give way, and it's Gillespie. Gillespie getting chopped down, dives, and a big save as Harushka did the splits to deny Gillespie on the crease dive. Matthews, he'll get it up to Ward. Ward getting ahead of steam going here on this left side. Gets a screen, turns the corner. Good stick check late, so a good job by LeBoot. Paris trying to hang on to possession. They do with Mancini. He zips that ahead, but that's too far for LeBoot and goes through everybody. And LeBoot's still able to fight for it, but it's Nate Jones that comes away with it. Nathan Jones. He'll set it up, stay out on that left side, and he'll work with Whiteford. They'll kick it over to the right. Jones gets it back. Jones has room to the bouncer. Good save, pops loose, and a good job by Scott. Scott now trying to stretch it out and hangs on to it as Whiteford was all over him. And now they'll set things up on offense. Nakamura. Nakamura waits. Campbell filters out late with 10 on the shot clock. Stepping into that bullet and finding the mark on a good shot by Jack Parker. His first of the game. Cuts the deficit now in half. It's 8-4. Tell you, nothing better than a good old-fashioned hard overhand. Placed exactly where it needed to be. And don't kid yourself, it takes a lot to beat Harushka. He's an outstanding goalie, one of the best in the all. There have been some outstanding netminders that have filtered through the Arena Lacrosse League that are now mainstays on some of the NLL teams, as both players in the draw circle, and Nakamura with a hug. He's going to get a penalty as he tried to put the clasp on Colin Matthews, and Matthews now will work it to Board. So net empty for the extra attacker. 15 on the shot clock. Ward works it out. Whiteford at the top. Zip it across. No look. Ward. And Ward trying to pick it up, does with 2. And a quick pass, but the finish is wide of the mark. So the Express will go to their second power play of the game. They are 1 for 1. And a chance here to get back that goal as we are at exactly the 11-minute mark here in this third quarter. So Searle will inbounds, and they'll work it around the horn, give everyone a touch, and then go to work. So Whiteford and Ward, a couple of W's on that left side. Searle's shot stopped. Ball loose in a dotted half circle. Knocked back and over the timeline. And a good job there to retrieve it, but taken down was Keene. And a chance here. Hanser twister, no. So Harushka, a more flexible, agile goalie you will not see. So bullet dodge by the Express now with 1:20 left in the power play. Searle has some room. That one goes over top. Chance now again. If he can split the defense on the run, keep the feet moving. LeBoot. LeBoot! Short-handed goal. A big one. It's 8-5. So short-handed goal surrendered by the Express. Matt LeBoot with his second of the game comes as a short-handed marker, and with just over 10 minutes left and 1:10 to go in the power play, Paris with a little run here now, trailing by 3. So we said time and time again about what happens when players are missing from the roster. It allows other players that may not normally get an opportunity to get a lot of floor time and showcase their skills. And Matt LeBoot doing a great job here in this game for the RiverWolves. Ward setting things up. Gets it back, look in, Searle, no look. That shot right on. Stopped as Max Brook stepped into one now. Back door. Andy Campbell, one-handed, hangs on to it, leans into one. Campbell scores! 2 short-handed goals on the same power play, 8-6. So I don't know what to say about that tiptoe bandit except that he sure created some space, was able to hang on to that, and picked up a big goal for the RiverWolves. And I joked with Andy Campbell about him actually not doing anything fast. Everything he does is in slow motion, extra fakes here or there. And he said he would try to simplify his game, and he's done a great job here today. And that was a big shorthanded goal. Off the draw again, Brampton controls with 35 seconds left in what is supposed to be a power play, but it's looked just a tad bit feeble here as Whiteford now curls around. See if Brampton can get a late one back. 2 short-handed goals. Searle has an opening, and he just wide of the mark, and that'll go up and into the Paris bench. So possession to the RiverWolves. 21 seconds to burn here, and I say that this could be a turning point, but a big power play, more like a big penalty kill. Gillespie going to have to hang on to it, in some trouble. Big man gets bounced on the board and gets some help, so good job there. As now Gillespie gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Gillespie trying to find his way, muscle his way. Great job by Horsley. Forced Gillespie to just shoot that ball on net, so good defense by the Express. Let's see if their offense can get going here as penalty over now, teams back to 5-a-side. Ward on the cut, quick stick, but a good save by Belanger. He'll look to air it out. Back door again to the big man, Campbell. Campbell had Scott, thinks better of it, dumps it back up. That shot ripped just wide, and good try by Martin to keep it over. It'll go the length of the floor, and possession will belong to Brampton. We're under 8.5 to play here in the third. Board. So Campbell will stay in the offensive end. Coffey will watch him. They're way back out of the play. Whiteford now steps into the sidearm. That's wide of the mark. Ball loose, and a good job to pick that up and go. Cody Martin, he's going to weave through a couple and gets it ahead, and now it's LeBoot. Boot with the double team, dumps it off just in the nick of time. And now Brampton extending their D. Nakamura, one-on-one, 10 on the shot clock. Campbell gets the screen. Campbell lets the other end go. Andy Campbell in the building here today with another goal, and it's 8-7. So give that man some soup or something, because he brought his A game today, his third of the game. And in the last 2 weeks, Andy Campbell has put together some of his best lacrosse that we've seen. So it appears Brampton has taken the foot off the gas pedal. That allowed Paris to put theirs on, and we've got a 1-goal game here with under 8 minutes to play in the third. Off the draw, Paris now. Scott almost got chopped down by Beam. Dumps it off. Hanser. Underhand. Sorry, that wasn't Hanser, but that was Parker with a good chance. Good job by the RiverWolves to track down the offensive board. Duck it in. Shovel. Well wide. Parker going to run that down. 10 on the shot clock. Parker steps into that one, steered aside by Harushka. Rebound again to the RiverWolves. They got a little jump in their step now. Flip on the doorstep, just wide. Martin going to try to run it down. 10 on the shot clock. They'll keep it on the left. Overhand, another good bounce shot, another good save, ball loose. Express finally come away with it. It's Matthews. Quick pass up ahead to board. So Brampton able to take a breather now as they look to go on offense here. Board will look to Ward. Good screen, an overhand finish, and it's a good one by Ty Ingram. So talking about stepping up, Ingram with his second of the game. It's 9-7. Big goal there for Brampton to put a halt to that 3-goal run by the RiverWolves. 6:32 to play here in this third quarter. So once again, Hall's Nakamura. That one was a clean win. So good on him as he steps front and center, and that's going to be a penalty there as taken out of the play for no apparent reason. And now net empty with 10 on the shot clock. RiverWolves skip inside Gillespie. His shot gets deflected. Rebound comes right back to Martin. Martin goes underhand and an easy basket save for Harushka. And with 6:02 to go, we'll have a penalty, and that will take us to our officials' timeout. All set to go here. So another power play opportunity, third of the game for the RiverWolves. They're 1 for 2, but they've got 2 short-handed goals to their credit. And now Martin at the top. Campbell going ripping, and I think that's the right approach as Martin does a good job to track it down. Gillespie Nakamura on the right side. And Martin's pass will go into the corner. Gillespie retrieves. He'll look for something. He'll survey. Kick it, Campbell. He'll tee up the underhand right on. Good save. So Campbell, accuracy there. Got good velocity. Harushka, though, takes a whole lot to get one past him. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell trying to duck his way in. No room, nowhere to go. Has Nakamura, who should step into that gapped area. Campbell goes for the dunk, and it slides through it in. Andy Campbell taking matters into his own hands with his 4th of the game. Second power play goal. So the RiverWolves taking advantage while they're short, taking advantage while they got the extra man, and it's a 9-8 game. So it just goes to show you that no matter which teams are playing, penalties will hurt the squad. 5-on-5, it's anyone's guess, but when you throw in the special teams in there as Nakamura cranking in that circle. Pops loose, and Jonah Beam had it, but had his stick taken away. Paris now with it. Out of the pack, and interference to call on Scott. So that was an easy call as we hit the 5-minute mark now, and it'll go back the other way, and it's Ward. Whiteford. Searle will work it. Whiteford now ducks in on one, kicks it across to the right side. Inside, Ward chopped down, loses the stick, ball loose. Good defense by the RiverWolves. Scott, as he now has a man on, but gives way, and they'll set things up here with Nakamura. Parker will filter out to that left side, work with Campbell. Parker looking for the curl, Gillespie, and that's too much hands-on as Martin had to push in the back for an interference call, and now it'll get brought up the other way by the Express. Jones. Ward, one-on-one on that side. Curtis Ward might have to take matters into his own hands, and he does. Beauty, top corner overhand. Curtis Ward, third of the game, and a big one. It's 10-8. So under 4 minutes to play here in the third, and I've given you the rundown on the scores from Friday and yesterday. Upcoming for week 7, it'll be Whitby taking on Oshawa. Then it'll be Toronto and Peterborough. Sunday has Paris against Ohsweken and Brampton against Six Nations. So more great matchups in the all as Brampton now to work with Matthews. Nathan Jones picks up a helper on that goal. Looking inside, almost a Suey pass. Ball loose, Whiteford retrieves it one-handed. Gets a screen from Matthews. That shot right on. And Belanger had to be hip to that game or that would have snuck through the 5-hole. And now just getting it over the timeline, and that's an easy penalty call on the whack. So good job to stay tough by Tyler Clark. He'll stay out there on the left side. Net empty extra attacker. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell has been feeling it, having himself a great game. That pass goes. Martin on the carom, 2 on the shot clock. Martin just going to have to let it go, and instead, so they get away with the no call there, but it's going to be another power play opportunity for Paris. They're 2 for 3 with the man advantage, trailing by 2 here with 2:50 to play in the third. So whatever you want to say about the RiverWolves and being undermanned, I tell you, between Jamie Dubrick and Chris Driscoll, and of course Kyle Leamington, I have to say, these guys have come to play. They have not come here to give away any W's. They are working hard out there as Martin now skips it across, gets it back. They'll work the 2-man interchange on the slide. And a shot right on as Jake Parker with the underhand. Tyler Halls, one pass ahead to Ward. Ward to Board. They'll work the left side. Board ducks in one, has a man. Ward went airborne, but denied by Belanger on a good attempt. And now back come the RiverWolves. Those two on that side, boy, Whiteford and Ward. Throw Gage Board in there, and you got a trio of dangerous players. Chance here now for the RiverWolves. Nothing doing as that basket was covered, and Hall's got to pick that up and go as he lofts that up, and Board now over the timeline. 55 seconds to burn here for the Express. We're under the 2-minute warning here, quarter number 3. Board. On the roll, has Whiteford. They couldn't connect. Whiteford's going to run it down. Dying seconds on the shot clock. Whiteford's just going to hang on to it and leave it. So 33 seconds left now for Paris to work with. Trying to take advantage here. Close the gap, trailing by 2. Campbell has a cutter, and a save made there by Harushka will allow Halls now to bring it up over the timeline. We're into the final minute here, third quarter. Board has a man cutting through in Halls. Board has an opening. Board tried to go, but it got knocked down and through the crease the call. So Connor Scott doing a whole lot of work defensively, getting the job done for the RiverWolves. 45 seconds left in the quarter. Nakamura. Kick it out late. 10 on the shot clock. Nakamura has an opening. Looks for the flip backhand pass, but that had no chance of getting through. Martin scoops it, quick shot, and that's going to be a penalty call, so a roughing call. And it looks like it's going to go against, looks like Andrew Horsley in the Express, if I had to go by body language. And it is Horsley that's headed to the penalty box. So roughing the call, and that will give the RiverWolves their 5th power play opportunity with just 23.5 seconds left in this third quarter. So Brampton being overly generous, allowing the RiverWolves to stay in this game. And Martin now at the top. Clock ticks down. Not sure why they wouldn't have the goalie pulled for the extra attacker. Nakamura faked it. Martin. Campbell has the golden touch. Tried to feather that far corner. Nakamura underhand well wide. Still got 10 on the shot clock. Martin not able to track it down. Play it where you lie. Matthews the speedster. He can scoop it and go, and that'll do it for the game clock. We've played 3 quarters. Score 10-8. Defending champs.
You okay?
So we are locked and loaded for the 4th quarter here from the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Week 6 coming to a close here, but not before an exciting final 15 minutes in a 2-goal game. Defending champs leading. They have led the entire way. It was 3-2 Brampton after 1, 8-3 at the half, but the RiverWolves have made a charge and closed the gap now to 10-8. That's where we stand right now. Minute 20 in the Horsley penalty, so Brampton has some work to do here before they can go to work. And more importantly, if you are Paris, you don't want to give up a shorthanded goal. Searle steps into one, rebound picked up, and now Paris will have a chance with just over a minute left in the man advantage. Martin has taken control offensively. It's been Andy Campbell that has done the damage for the RiverWolves. An outstanding 3rd quarter that included 2 shorthanded goals. Campbell, that's where he's got to step in. Dunk attempt, but Harushka easily put the kibosh on that. And a quick pass ahead, now it's Beam. Beam's going to hold up with 35 seconds left to burn here. And he'll give way now, and Brampton now will settle with Brook. Whiteford. And Ward. Even 4-on-3 on this end. That's still dangerous. Ward rings it off the pipe and keeps it right here. So Curtis Ward, you can see, he doesn't necessarily take a huge windup because he's very accurate. And what he's done, I think, that's really impressed me is the way he's changed up his shots. He hasn't taken the same shot twice in a row. Whiteford, and that one steered aside by Belanger. And I think that's where his evolution has come along in the last couple of years. And hats off to him for that. LeBoot, he's had himself a strong game here. Clark skips it across. Campbell from the wrong side of the floor. Andy Campbell soup. Boy, oh boy, is he doing it today. 5-on-5 goal for Andy Campbell. That is his 5th goal of the game, and it's 10-9. So I'm not quite sure if that was classified as a power play goal or is just time had just expired. So it is a 5-on-5 marker. Off the draw again. Nakamura working hard. Halls dug in deep. You can see the Brampton D is right there. So Halls this time slides it out. Brampton with possession, a chance. Quick pass across, and through the crease was Matthews, and it's going to be Scott that comes away with it. So Paris now. So Paris knows they're in this game right now, and they're going to maximize every offensive possession as Campbell. And you'd think he'd go again. This one shovel pass on the run. Kicked back out. Inside. Martin rings it off the post. So another golden opportunity for Paris, but the medal gets in the way. Transition opportunity. Nate Jones had it popped out. Gets it back. Looks for a man. Bounces off a check. And they'll reset the offense now. Searle gets some pressure. Works it across to Ward. Give and go. Searle. Too far. Gone and went. Rebound. Loose. Sits there. picked up, and Paris now and Hanser are going to try to leg it over the timeline, and he does. Gets chased down, though, on a good effort by Keene. And now RiverWolves will settle up. Coffey with some pressure. It's flipped up. Trying to turn that corner, make a difference. Tyler Clark loses it. It's Horsley now on his horse. Crosses to his right stick side. Weaves back. Horsley bouncer finish. So there's a veteran at work on the run in Andrew Horsley, and it's 11-9. Great job by Andrew Horsley, who was going to cross over to get to his right stick-hand side, but a good job. Had his teammate clear some space there, so he had the whole middle lane and did a good job to fill it and the back of the net. Off the draw, looked like Nakamura may have gone early. He gets bodied by Halls, and possession belongs to Matthews. Gets the step. Matthews, wrong stick side, dumps it over, was looking for Board. Couldn't connect, but Board. Now he'll quick curl. Board. He'll go up, down. Tried to go 5-hole. Belanger stymied him. Quick pass, outlet to Mancini. Back door. Martin. Mancini trying to play the carom, but got it back. Gets it to Martin. So I don't even know. You couldn't have diagrammed that play. Campbell in there scoops it up. The big man hanging on. It's going to be a penalty on a high stick as he gets worked over. Underhand try by Campbell, and that's going to be a slashing call, so the RiverWolves will go back to work with a man advantage. This will be their 6th power play. They're 2 for 5. 10:41 to play here in this 4th. So a chance here for Paris to close the gap. They have come to within 1. They haven't tied this game, as Brampton has led from start to finish. So Martin will be at the top, Nakamura, Gillespie on the right side. Parker and Campbell on the left side, and it's Nakamura and Gillespie on the right. Campbell, no look fake, snaps it back. Gillespie tried to go short side, nothing doing. Board's going to pick that up. Martin harasses him, but Board now looks for the back door, has Whiteford. Whiteford behind the D, and he'll curl out. That might have been a good opportunity for Whiteford to go for that. Still got over 10 minutes to play here, so keep away I do not think is an option if you're Brampton. I think that's what allowed Paris to get back in the game in the 3rd. Brook! So, short-handed. Max Brook delivers on a shot from way out. First short-handed goal surrendered by the RiverWolves in this game. And a big one makes it 12-9. So no one expected Paris to come up with 2 short-handed goals on the same power play. No one really expected that shot. And I think that Ty Belanger is in company with not expecting that shot, and a good finish. So a couple shorties and a shorty is some good defense there on the hound by Halls. Halls doing a good job working over LeBoot, and now a minute left. Power play quick stick, and that's wide of the mark by Gillespie. Tracked down, and a good job there to no reset though. Martin ducks in, overhand off the post. Rebound Gillespie provided some good blocking, and Nakamura scoops up the loose ball for 20 more. Campbell. He's been good. They might want to extend the D on him. Martin shot. Good blocker save by Harushka. Used the glove. 30 seconds left. Campbell behind the net. Gillespie thinking about it. Gets it back out. Nakamura has room. That shot right on. Almost rolled past on a hockey try, but a great job by Harushka, who spun and landed on it. Halls get it up over the timeline now. Final 10 seconds of the penalty. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th. One-on-one on that side. Brook, he gets a shot off. Belanger looking to air it out. He'll do a good job of making the easy play. Martin. Looking to duck in. Flips it out with 10. Gillespie. Nakamura. Slides in. Nakamura in tight, but that's just a bad pass. And no, I think with experience, I think Koichi Nakamura is going to learn when is a good time to pass and when a better time to shoot. Now a chance. Whiteford, he just missed that far corner. Ward, right place to gather the carom, kicks it back out, and they'll reset at the top of Searle. Whiteford, one-on-one. He's going to need some help, Mancini. Dump down, dive attempt, and good save by Belanger on the Ward crease dive. And now Paris will look to counter. Cody Martin, dump that, that's in the far corner, Nakamura. So one surprise at one end, another surprise at another, and it's 12-10. So I'm not sure if Koichi heard me or not, but a good time to take that shot. I think it was a good judgment call there, and he got a good result. There is something that says overpassing, and good job by Nakamura to get on the board. So Paris still in it with just over 7.5 to play here, trailing by a couple. This has turned into a very, very good lacrosse game as Board will scoop it up. I like the way Gage Board, always putting the pressure on the defense, never lets you rest. And now Whiteford will set things up. Ward chased out, swings it across. 10 on the shot clock, gets it back. Ward, good shoulder save made there by Belanger, but rebound to Brampton. Fresh 20, Brook. Whiteford spins, overhand, another good save. Rebound, Ward again, point blank, stopped. So Belanger stepping up here and closing the door, keeping his team in it. Hanser does a good job to roll off a check, gets it over Gillespie. Gillespie's bouncer too much. That's going to carry him over. It'll be a chance here for Brampton. McDonald has Board with him. He'll scoop it up. And look, backdoor. Whiteford flying out underhand wide. Ball loose again. Good job of reading that. RiverWolves get on that in a hurry. Cody Martin. And he zips it up. Nakamura, great on the short hop. Gets tackled, but no call. And I think he was going down anyway. So I think that was the judgment call there. And now Brampton at the other end as we inch toward the 6-minute mark. Fourth quarter. Keene out on that right side. They'll work it to the left. Ward sheds one. Ward backhand, too much on that. Hands on by James Whiteford, and that will take us to our final officials timeout. The guy's allowed 10 goals in the third quarter. You're hard on him. Back at it here as we're waiting for Ty Belanger to make his way back to the net, though. But just to make things clear, 5:47 to play here. 12-10 in favor of the Brampton Express, and it really has been a collective effort for Brampton. They spread the scoring around. 9 different scorers have pocketed 12 goals, and so I think they initially called too many, but I think Mac Abbott's going to go and confer, and they are going to say that because you see Belanger is out of the net, and now he will go, and Gillespie will come back in. So they got it right. That's all that matters, and now we are back to action here as the RiverWolves with possession. Skipping it across to that right side. Martin has been steady. That one gets deflected. Martin, a good job, runs it down, beats the defender, gets a step, kick back out. Tough pass to handle, though. as Jack Parker not able to. And now Tyler Halls. Great scoop. Halls. Bouncer stopped by Belanger. Oh, he has been good. Campbell, quick pass, move it up to Mancini. And he will flip or fake the flip and now set things up. So a couple good chances at both ends again. Nakamura. Look out. Campbell gets a good screen. Campbell lets that one go, and Nate Jones took that one right off the helmet, and he seems to be okay. He's a tough customer as shot clock goes down there, as Jones seems to be okay. He's not shaking his head, or good to see that. That was a bullet overhand from Andy Campbell, but clearly the equipment stood the test. Ward. Ward's been quiet here in this fourth quarter. Come out, kick it, get it back, gets the screen. Working with Searle. Swings that across. Stepping into a good overhand. Nothing doing, though, was Keene. Able to get his own rebound and dumped it back. I think he thought the shot clock was going to go. Fight in the corner, and Connor Scott just decided that he was going to put a block on someone that gives possession right back to Brampton. That one from way out. And the way Belanger's playing, you got to get in much closer than that if you're going to try to find the mark. But Scott now in Paris over the timeline. LeBoot will work it with Scott. We're under 4 minutes to go. Gillespie, head of steam. His shot right on, stopped by Harushka. Martin, good job of scooping up that loose ball. And he'll look to turn the corner, swinging across Campbell. Isolated size advantage on Matthews. Dumps it down low. Going up top, but Harushka denied. Rebound loose again. Gillespie, long arm of the law. Kick out. Campbell, nothing doing. Matthews has a chance here. He can scoop and go. Matthews, back door. Has a man. Dump off. Pocket. Back of the net. Curtis Ward from Colin Matthews. Fourth of the game for Curtis Ward. Came flying out of that back door, and a beauty pass from Matthews threaded the needle on the money for a 13-10 lead. So just 3:15 to play here in this fourth quarter, and what has been an outstanding second half. First half was okay. Nakamura got rid of it and laid it nicely for Mancini. So a job well done to get his team possession. Paris now, see if they got a little last gas of a run left. Campbell trying to spread through three, has it stripped. And it sits in there, and Halls will get it, and they'll move it up over the timeline. So you can expect Brampton now, as Cooper Jackson will not be in any hurry. Got to take care of the ball and the lead here. That meaning work the shot clock all the way as far as you can. And don't give up any transition goals. Ward, one-on-one. Ward, duck in. Ward, flip. That pass intercepted. Gets it back, but through the crease. So possession belongs to Paris. 2.5 to go here in the fourth. Nakamura, wrong stick side. Looking to get that over, switches hands, dumps it back out. Working with Clark now to Campbell. Campbell. Net empty, extra attacker. Nakamura, 5 in the shot clock. Got to do something. That shot knocked down, so good defense by the Express when they needed it. And now Board. Under the 2-minute warning. Board. That's the guy who you want to handle the ball in these situations. Usually makes the right decision, as he'll hang on now, and it's Ward. So Curtis Ward, quiet in the third, stepped up here in the fourth, and a big goal to make it 13-10 as Whiteford now on the bump. Whiteford sheds one, tried to go top corner, had it, but that sat there, and possession to Belanger now in the RiverWolves. Under 1.5 minutes to go. Martin on the fly. tucks that in with a beauty sidearm. It's 13-11. Good to see Dylan Martin. That's his second of the game, but boy, he has worked hard in this one. He has carried a whole lot of that offensive load for Paris, and between the loose balls and the assists that he's pocketed here, he has definitely been a force. No knock on Andy Campbell, but Martin's doing the grunt work and Campbell the finishing work, and we all know the difference there. Off the draw, it belongs to Paris. So a minute 20 to play, a 2-goal game. See what the RiverWolves have. Do they have something left in the tank? Kick back out. That shot wide of the mark. And a chance now Matthews is going to get a breakaway on an empty net. So this is all going to seal it as Matthews now will put it in the empty cage. So a gamble didn't pay off for the RiverWolves. Good heads-up play as, again, one of those guys doing a whole lot of the dirty work. Colin Matthews picks up his first of the game, 14-11 with a minute 5 to play. Into the final minute here. And Halls will be in no rush. He's a master at being able to stretch out these face-offs, that's for sure. We've seen him turn the face-off into a 1-minute affair. Mancini going to have to go hard. Mancini kicks it back out, chance. And closing up the wickets there was Harushka, stepping up when he needed to. 40 seconds left in this quarter. It's Coffey. He'll get it up to Halls. Brampton will be in no hurry at all. Scott working over Halls. Halls, though, one of those guys that he's okay with some contact. Good job as Halls gets taken down no matter. Max Brook, final 15 seconds of this game. 5 on the shot clock. That bouncer up out of play and back into play. So 7.7 seconds left here. The Brampton Express we're going to get a timeout called by the RiverWolves. Allow us to take a breather with 6.3 seconds left. Set to go here, and they've reset the clock to 7.3. Net empty for Paris. So, yes, possible, but a miracle more likely as quick shot there knocked down, and the clock is going to wind down. The Brampton Express are going to come away with a 14-11 win. They will up their record and sit atop the standings 5-1. The RiverWolves will fall to 2-4. We'll take a quick break. Back with our Arena Lacrosse League Player of the Game. I'm here with our Arena Lacrosse League Player of the Game, Curtis Ward. And Curtis, a bit undermanned, certainly on that right side of your offense, but gave you a little more space to work with on the left. Did you feel like, you had a little different sort of perspective when you're out there being the quarterback more so than the receiver?
Yeah, we definitely had some young guys out on the right side today, but made sure before the game we walked them through stuff, figure out what we want to do. And we're such a deep team, it doesn't matter who's in where. We'll figure it out and get the job done.
Now, you guys went in 8-3 lead at the half, but you struggled a bit in the third. Did you think you kind of took the foot off the gas pedal, so to speak?
Yeah, I think we definitely came a bit complacent. Talked about it in the third or the intermission not to do that. And then got a bit of a yelling at between 3 and 4, picked it up a little bit and managed to get the win.
And just talk a little bit about your goaltending. You've had great goaltending all season. Again, Harushka up to the task today.
Yeah, Lane is a fucking Lane's a brick wall back there. Sorry, Lane's a brick wall back there. You know, he really held us down for us in the third quarter, and without him, I think it'd be a lot different score.
Congratulations, Curtis Ward, our Arena Lacrosse League Player of the Game. We will see you next time here. Thanks on behalf of JVI Productions, Arena Lacrosse League. See ya. Nice work,
Thanks,
kids.
Lance.
Good job, buddy.
See you next.